Hello, everybody. I am Otávio Pitaluga. Welcome on board to this Tech Lives. We are very pleased to have you here. We have a Mario Paladini, old friend of mine. He's actually one of the few good friends and old friends of mine that I have never ever met in person before. Why? Because although he is Argentinian, he could be around, he has moved to Germany for a long time. He'll tell us all his experience, how was important for him to get to know the language locally, to set up multicultural aspects in order to establish his business, everything in Europe. And for all those who are coming from outside Europe, that's really important. I was once in my life in marketing and sales director Europe, coming from Brazil and taking my MBA at Rotterdam School of Management in Holland. And then all of a sudden, without any knowledge, I was, congratulations, you became a marketing sales director Europe. You have 17 countries to manage. And then, hello, where is the book? Where is the kind of course that I can find about managing different cultures and different business in Europe? And then thinking about my own experience and difficulties at that time, if I knew Mario by that time, I'd say, Mario, please help me, And I think that Mario can help many of you who are facing such kind of a challenge. And for this reason, I invited him to be here with us today. And then I kindly ask you guys to introduce yourselves. Just post your name here in the comments. And if you want to ask questions, please pass posting them. We will be displaying them by the time it's whenever it's for the Q&A time. But very much welcome. So before I hand over the word to Mario so that he can introduce himself and he can go for his show, I would just remind you what Tech Live is all about. Okay, so I will share here quickly that we have one page. In this page of Tech Lives, very quickly, we have already in English organized 2 lives. One of them about reinventing a company that was focused on events during the pandemic. And then now we have Mario, he's already here in this position. And then we have upcoming 2 presentations, inspirational leadership, which means what is the importance of being an inspirational leader in order to attract new talents, to make the most out of your organization, attend your customers, and grow, and make money, make a business. So Sergio Borges is one very good friend of mine. If you happen to be here, please say hello. And he is my fellow and friend from the RSM MBA program. So it's a great pleasure to have you here. And then we have also Mauricio Longo. He happened to be a Brazilian, speaks a very good English. And then and soon after, so he will present about the no-code solutions, which means today you have 5% of people only who are able to code. So then these no-code solutions will allow anyone, any alive being to start coding, to start creating a prototype, and then prove your case, and then go after investors. So that's the whole conversation. Then for the upcoming presentations, I haven't finished, but then for these 2 ones, it's very simple. You just click here, and if you go to the LinkedIn, and then you very quickly can confirm your presence, and I'm looking forward to be there. Okay, guys, thank you so much. For the time being, that's it about Tech. I will now transfer the word to Mario. Welcome, Mario, and run the show. It is with you from now on.
Octavio, thanks so much. It's an honor to be with you, the Tech Live, the first in English. So it's a truly honor to join you. We should do it in Portuñol, actually, Portuguese and Espanol. But there we go. Let's keep it in English for everybody can understand. So yeah, thanks for the nice challenge you make me share with the audience. So a quick introduction. First, before I move on, let me explain you the story. Let me explain what is the story of the glasses, so you don't get. I don't have glasses actually. These are branded. Actually, it's the Global Vision. That's what I called. So I promised my team to wear these black glasses that you see over there. And we took the 3D movies, and I said, "Look, guys, I will keep these frames until the platform is ready. Our platform, our business platform." So it was a couple of months working on it. So I was wearing these frames, and it was very disturbing because I don't wear glasses. But people were coming to me like, "Why do you have those weird glasses?" So we're telling our vision to make international life easier, that what we're building, and start becoming a lot of awareness, a lot of traction, getting invited into magazine, events, books, TVs, and say, okay, maybe it was a very good return of investment for €1. So maybe keep the glasses, but change the color based on the next milestone. And that's why I started wearing the white glasses, as you see there in the picture, until the first customer was paying, then the red glasses until the first investor was putting money, then the orange, the 6-digit investment, the blue glasses, we develop our latest product, and the green glasses you see now is to take globals internationally. So I hope you help us as well to expand and comment. You can find us Club Globals most of the networks. So you see there, I'm with Paulo Coelho, the founder of Internet, Vincent Cert, Peter Thiel, Chuck from the CEO from Cisco, and the last picture is the president of Germany. So yeah, so whatever you have, this is also a network technique that I will share later with you. Always stand out to make a difference from the rest. So allow me to introduce myself. And most of the people say, okay, who is this guy and why should we listen to him anyway? That's 90% of people asking on these webinars. So please allow me to introduce a little myself so I can continue then to the main part on the stage to learn a little more about networking, Berlin, and Europe. Okay. So I'm from Argentina. It's on the very south. It's a lovely place. Unfortunately, a little bit disconnected. That was my feeling on regard business and when the things going on. That's why I said, okay, let's check in Europe, in the States, also studying the States, what's going on. And that's basically what moved me actually. I said, okay, I did a double degree in Germany. So I said, okay, my wife got a job in Europe. She asked me, okay, can you imagine living in Berlin? So, okay, so I went actually to the #1 business platform that was Sync at that time, although now LinkedIn, I believe, is stronger. I did a search about technology and business development, and then I found a director who spoke Spanish, and I just contacted him and said, here, Lobs is taking me to Berlin. Here's my website. Where can we talk? And then the next day he answered, yeah, can you come next week for a meeting? I said, oh, I'm in Argentina still. Maybe he thinks I'm in Berlin already. Say, why don't we have a telco and then we can decide if we move or not? So, okay, we had a telco and say, okay, perfect. Can you come next week? I'm currently in Argentina. And how can we do it? No, just here's a ticket, the flight, the hotel. And yeah, I was on Wednesday there. Had an interview on Thursday. And then on Monday I was working in Argentina. And 1 month later, I was working for Oracle, the world's largest enterprise software, doing the business development for the international account sales group. That was a great experience on a corporate size in Europe because I was dealing with big customers from the company. You need to speak more than 3 languages. It's a great team. And I was and also got an innovation award with them since I'm so passionate about innovation and technology. I was also supporting my colleagues and my peers with training, especially in social technologies like social media as well, how to increase your awareness, your persona, how to get better networks through your profiles online as well. So that's something that I was supporting my team there. When I was actually looking but that time for a network into the IT sales global community, I didn't find it actually, to be honest. So what decided with one of my friends actually, he said, okay, if we don't find the network, why don't we create it? So we created in LinkedIn the IT sales global community. And right now, actually, it's more than 250,000 followers, more than 40,000 members. And this is an example. Whatever your business is, I recommend you, if you go on LinkedIn and search in a network, search in a group, if you don't find it, just create it. And it's incredible how people will start joining you and it will increase. So that's one of the first tips. If you don't find a network or a group in LinkedIn, for example, just create it and people start joining. Make the first invitation, keep the things moving, and then will start coming by itself. Huh? Then, since I was so passionate about connecting internationals, they asked me if I want to become the honorary ambassador for Internations, the world's largest expat community. And I was doing mainly networking events. I started with 50, then 100, then hundreds of people coming every month together. And that was impressive, actually, the amount of internationals coming together that we can learn how the way to communicate, to interact with different language cultures. That was very nice experience. We increased the community up to 10,000 members in Berlin, and have a great network that I can enables me out then to open the first English-speaking Rotary Club in Berlin. Rotary, for the ones who doesn't know, is a social club organization with 1.2 million members, 34 clubs worldwide, and they do social projects. It's mainly getting together to do good things and meet some new friends as well. So I got the honor to meet many of the international presidents, been invited for convention as well. So yeah, very, very great network. So we founded 2009, the first English-speaking Rotary Club in Berlin. And then I was so passionate about, what happened actually is I was with Oracle, my full-time job. And then all these people from Internations, they were asking me, Mario, you know how so many people, can you help me to find an apartment in Berlin, a job in Berlin, a tax advisor, a lawyer, everything you need to set up your life. I said, okay. And I was till 2 o'clock in the morning helping random people from all over the world. I say, why are you doing this? This is not your job. And then I decided to make it my job. So I quit the corporate world, Oracle, and I started Club Globals with some partners. And Club Globals basically is a community of global entrepreneurs. It's a marketplace that we connect the newcomers with trust-based services. So I was connecting the people coming from International by that time. They were asking me with my Rotarian friends, there were people who speak English, they're trustworthy. So I was doing the matchmaking that I was doing on telephone, by emails, on event. I put it together a platform to make more automatically the connections. So now Globals, expanded already. So now we're in Berlin, in Barcelona. We have different products. So we have the Global Homes Marketplace, Global Jobs, mainly focused for internationals. We did together with the city of Berlin the Welcome Day 2019, before Corona times. It was a very nice event that we did together with the city. Welcome more than 1,000 people and all the internationals so they can connect everything they need to set up their life and business. We did Startup Connect, where we connect also international startup with investors or partners. Or with this Startup Job Fair, for example, that we connect international startup with talent. So talent from around the world that want to join a startup, especially in Berlin. Those are the main events and platform that we built. Airelo is our artificial intelligence relocation assistant. So when you come, Airelo is helping you at this stage to help with the bureaucracy in Berlin. And we have Globals TV for media and communication, our social channels. So that's mainly as regard my business. I don't want to enter too much on myself. If you have them a question, I'm happy to follow there. So let me jump into the agenda that Octavio asked me to put some thoughts around those topics. So basically, accepting Europe business scenario, multicultural issues for non-Europeans, business networking, global expansion, and the Berlin expat community. So I'm sure we have some space at the end for some questions. So let me jump on the existing European business scenario. So the European Union, since, I mean, I need to tell you how great it is. I mean, more than 500 million population. The area is huge. Unemployment rate pretty low. Good GDP per capita. Renewable energy is a focus right now. They're expecting to grow and grow. As regards spaces, okay, now we have UK out of the EU, but what we see here is a different area. So you have European Union, you have the Europe zone, you have the Schengen area, and different economics areas. So there are many places, areas, countries, and potential market that you can tap. And allow me here to share some challenge, actually. So if you want to see some facts and some statistical as regard industrial production, service, retail trades, it's a very good website. It's called Eurostat, and you can find even live dashboard you can build for yourself as well. Doing business in Europe, I have to admit, it was a super interesting and challenge sometimes, especially when I was in, for example, in Oracle. When you need to do a campaign to communicate a specific service, because one thing is the beauty of having different cultures and language, but that also can become a challenge. So I remember they were talking with my colleagues in the US that they had a campaign to communicate to 300 millions in English. But then you come here and say, okay, now I need to communicate a campaign to whole Europe. And I said, okay, I need to do one in German, in French, in Italian, in Spanish. So that could be a challenge. Actually, that was a challenge for ourselves. It was a lot more investment, more time consuming. And then you need to have a strategy how to put that together. So for that, I would recommend always to have a local team to localize into the language, because people would expect. Of course, at the beginning, if you don't have the resources like we that in Club Globals, we focus in one language, in English, and we go to the Expat International. They're more open. But then if you want to get serious in a local market, my recommendation is to localize the service, understand the culture, and what are the standards from the different countries. All right. So let me share. This is the graphic that I found very interesting as regard the different culture types, especially if we compare the non-Europeans. We'll put more ourselves on the top, the Hispanic, America, Argentina, Mexico, Brazil. So we are the warm, basically the emotionals, the impulsive, and then you can go a little bit on the left side, and then you go into the more linear active. So these are more the cold, the factual, the decisive. I can summarize this in my experience. In Germans, for example, are more task-oriented, and Argentinian, Latin, I would say they're more people-oriented. And now a typical example was whenever I was working with Latin people, say, hi, how are you? How was your weekend? How is the family? And so on, so on. And then we go back into the business. Okay, let's go with the business. Here in Germany, it was the other way around. So it's like, hi, how can I help you? So it's directly straight to the task and to the point. At the beginning, it was shocking for me as a Latin, but then if you find the blend between the two cultures, I think you can take a lot of good profit and advantages for this. So that's my tips actually as regard. Bear in mind this people-oriented and task-oriented. Don't take it personally. It's just different approach. Try to get the best of each other. Right? So business networking, this is the thing that opened, as I tell you my example, how to go the first jobs, and my next ventures is how they got me here, what I'm on today. So allow me to share some tips and tricks as regard and lessons learned and things that I made mistake, of course, about the business networking. So I believe in the future, actually, there's going to be easier. So we have more powerful artificial intelligence logarithms in our lenses that we will see somebody in front of us and automatically will tell, okay, what is the matching rate based on all the public information available in Facebook, in Twitter, Instagram, etc., etc. It will be a score and we'll be matching and connecting our common interests and etc., etc. Until we're there, I believe that we need to do some homework. So let me show some tips how we can speed up our business and the working. So my proposal, of course, is always to have a plan. That's something that some people are just networking for networking, but they don't understand, why am I networking? Why I'm going to this event? Why I'm listening to this guy? Why do I need to take? What I want to achieve? So my first recommendation is to have a plan, to have a goal. Because in city, for example, here in Berlin, you could be networking day and night. Of course, some people are doing this just to get free beers and free pizzas or whatever, free drinks. But the most efficient way to do it, I would propose, is to have a plan, have a goal, and why you want to network. Once you have your plan and you understand why you want to do it, then you can start looking for different events. We are, for example, in Club Globals, we organize more than 100 events on different topics and different beautiful locations like these ones, from the future of housing, the future of mobility, etc., etc. So we have different concept, depends on the different audience. My recommendation to you is, there's so many good platforms out there now. Like you have LinkedIn, you have Eventbrite, Facebook, Meetup. Just find the platform that most accommodate to you, and then identify which are the events that are aligned to your plan and what your objective. Right? Once you have those events, then you can check it out. Okay, who is coming to the event? And that's what I was doing actually. I was checking, okay, who is the organizer? Who are the speakers? Who is in the guest list? Can I see the guest list? Can I check there who can help me to reach my goal, to achieve my plan as well? Of course, you can always just do network just for socializing, but if you want to do it for business, you need to check and do some homework before, not just go there without no homework before, because it's going to waste your time. Some of my tips, what I was used to do, I just take pictures of the picture that I wanted to meet at the event. And then when I was at the event, I was just check, okay, that's the person over there. And I'll identify the people at the event, if they're really there. And then I'll find a strategy how to connect with them. And the strategy will come here now. So my recommendation is to get introduced, to a warm referral, I would call it. Not just jump, say, hey, my name is Mario, I wanted to talk to you, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, that will be the extreme case. I would recommend it to do that from the beginning. So always try to go through the host, to the ambassador, the main organizer. Can you please, Octavio, can you introduce me to Mario, please? I would like to do business with him. I would like to talk about whatever, you know? And Octavio as the host, I'm sure he will be happy to connect with the different members and all, because as a host, you're the will come in, making sure that all the audience is happy. If you don't know anybody and you don't, you're scared to talk with them, my recommendation is just go to the bar or go where the food is, or, you know, just then you're there and then people coming to you and then say, hey, nice event, and then start talking about it, you know, and that's the small break in the ice. When you have something like glasses, people will come to you. When you have a pin as well, people will come to you and ask you, what is this pin? What is it about? You know, so that's my recommendation for introductions. Make it easy for people, be approachable. All right. That's how I got actually one of my jobs in the first international company. I was just in the food. I didn't know anybody. I was just eating something there because I saw most people coming there. And then one of the guys come over and starts me question. And when I realized, it became a job interview. You know, that's how then, again, 2 weeks later, I started working for this international company. So totally recommend warm introductions, get introduced by someone. If it is a group, just maybe get closer, not jump there, megaphoning and break the conversations. Just basically start into the listen how you can add value. All right. So these are some techniques. The okay, no okay. I put some techniques as well. I'm using when I'm teaching the sales teams, guys. I did more than 100 sales around Europe and US. And these techniques, I love it. The okay, no okay. So when somebody's okay, probability actually when we come okay, that will be okay, the conversation. But if the other person is not okay, am I okay? Then the conversation probably is not going to look that good. But if the two of us are not okay, that can also come a good way of communication. So always be sure how is the other person okayness, and then feel free to approach directly. Another thing that I use a lot, the transaction analysis, I find very useful. This parent, adult, and child. And then based on that, I figure out how we'll approach different conversations, techniques. So parents, you have then the adult or the critical. So if somebody's telling you critical with your finger, do this and that and that, or the nurturing. The parents like trying to, I will recommend you to do this. Why don't you try that? And then the adult is more factual, conversational, like asking the hour, etc. And then the child, you have different child types, like the rebellious, that they want to try everything, that they tell you not to smoke and then you smoke, or the adaptive child that they tell, hey, we're going everything to this direction, and the adaptive child is going to that direction. So these are the ways I also consider when approaching people, in which level is like, am I in a playful conversation, or am I in an adult-to-adult conversation? That's in different cultures very important as well, to see where it's done. Depending on the culture as well, will vary as well. Another thing that I take into account is how is the other way, the neuro-linguistic NLP way of communication is more is more audible, is more visual, is more kinesthetic. And I can tell that by the way they're talking, oh, I see what you mean. So it's okay, it's a more visual person. So we'll adapt my conversation in more visual words. I'll try to show things. If more audible, it's like, oh, I hear you. No, I will try to, again, be slow, but not speak too fast. I'm a 100% visual person, so I'm a little fast. I need visuals, and then kinesthetics more on the feeling side. So I will try to touch. I feel you. Those are you have to be always open and hear what other person talking about, so you can get into the same level. And why we're doing this is just basically to build trust. Once we connect on the same level of communication, there will be trust. Another person will be more comfortable of talking with you, investing time, and maybe doing business or friendship. All right. So I don't have to tell you like how important is body language. I mean, the percentage of the 58 is non-verbal communication, and only 7% is really the important. This is a very nice book. What everybody is saying, for a former FBA, Joe Navarro. That is basically the way you are moving your eyes. If you're doing to the right, you remember. If you're going to the left, you're creating. If you look to the up, you're more visual. Middle is auditive. Down is more sensitive. So there are many things you can check that and learn a lot and to do business. Also for the body language. So if I'm close like this, I'm not open. If I point my legs on the other side when I'm talking with somebody, probably I want to leave the conversation. So let the person go. Don't stack them. They will appreciate it. Maybe they will give you more time the next time we meet. But all these things, especially in international and in Europe, when there are so many cultures, different languages, at least the body language is something that connects us a lot. Right? So be very aware of this point. And the best thing is smile. It's for free, and that's inspiring a lot of people here, especially when it's sometimes difficult when the weather is so gray and raining in winter time. So smile is something beautiful that is for free, and we should practice more. That's my signature. That's why you see over there the A with the parenthesis. This is me smiling with the glasses. So I always encourage this, because emotions create emotions. So if I have one smile, probably I will get another smile. Would you like to work with a person like this is smiling, or a person who is grumpy and sad? Okay, so smile more. Remember names. It's so strong. This is the most beautiful thing you can tell someone is their name. So when you're on an event, when I was hosting the events, we used to have name tags. So when I was talking with somebody wanted to talk to me, I was just looking at the name tag, getting the name Matilda. Okay. And then when I said, hey, Matilda, how are you? And then Matilda would, oh, he remembered my name. Try to tell the name and remember. I didn't remember, otherwise use the name tags as a supporter. I know sometimes, especially here in Europe as well, or people from Asia coming, it's difficult to pronounce all the names. Make an effort. Try to get as close as possible. Right? Have your elevator pitch ready. So we already have our goal. We identify our events we want to go. We ask for an introduction. All right. We approach the right person. And now we need to tell about ourselves. Okay. We have 10 seconds, actually 3 seconds, to create the first impression and to tell very quickly who are we and what how can we help the other person? So I hope everybody have very sharp your elevator pitch. Elevator pitch coming from the elevator is the time you get from floor 1 to 6 to tell the other person who are you and what you're looking for, to see if you can match with the other person, because you need to respect other people's time. You cannot monopolize the whole conversation. You have 10 seconds, tell who are you, what you're looking for, and then figure out if you can find common things with the other ones. And indeed, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. That's something very important. Listen. Don't blah, 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 blah. Just, I would love to talk with you guys, of course, now. Ideally now is, the most important is listening. Listen, what are the things that other people care? What are the things you can add value, that you can learn? And then you can join the conversation. And then try to find common things, common interests. Oh, we love both like snowboarding. Oh, we love wine. We've been both together in Italy. Try to find things that connect each other, so you can always remember someone, and you will feel more propense to build a relationship. And especially, don't go with this mentality to an event, trying to let's get business card, let's get business, let's get more contacts. Go to another approach. Come with the approach of how can I add value to this event? Introduce yourself. I see many people introducing yourself. How can I help? That's the best approach for networking. When I was hosting an event, I could feel with people just coming here and trying to get, and not just really contributing to the event to make a successful event for everybody. So when you propose something, I will promote Octavio. Octavio will introduce you with Laura. I will try to do it as soon as possible. So usually in 44 hours. Actually, I love to do it immediately. When I say, Octavio, I'll introduce you with Matthias from Frankfurt, you definitely need to meet because potential business, job, etc. I'll take my phone and do a quick message between the two of you guys. Guys, you need to talk about new ventures in Frankfurt, and connect the two guys and send. So deliver as soon as possible, and you'll be seen as more professional, up to date. Otherwise, you're going to keep more work for yourself. So my recommendation is try to do it as soon as possible. A book that I loved and was recommended by my grandfather was like How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now there is a digital age one from Dale Carnegie. I told my grandpa, I know how to make friends, grandpa. But I think it's a good book. Many of the examples and things are coming from this book as well. So I honor Dale Carnegie. That's good recommendations. So once you connect with the people that you were looking for, stay connected. There are many ways how to do this. I mean, depends where your network is hanging out. It is in LinkedIn, it is in TikTok, it is in Twitter, Facebook. Where is your network? Stay connected. That's very important. Keep them updated. I don't know if you have a CRM or a blog post, send a newsletter, keep your nurture your network. Because if you just, I have like 10,000 contacts, but if you don't regularly reach to them, add value to them, they will forget you, all right? So my proposal is choose the platform that your network is hanging out and stay connected and adding value for them. One network that I recommend, of course, is LinkedIn as well. Some quick tips I can give you is have a cover banner. Many people, they don't use this very prime real estate in your LinkedIn. Tell what is your passion about. I'm passionate about connecting international people and making their life easier. Could be with business or just landing. And they're my two main websites, clubglobals.com and mariopaladini.com. And you can say it in one liner, who are you? I'm putting there hiring people. So I'm also like trying to add value there in some keywords that I can get research. The companies there, my studies, I have a video. So if I get attention with my cover banner, I have a professional picture. I ask everybody like to get a professional headshot. You invest so much time investing in your education, in your business, but then you use a picture of you, I don't know, playing golf or like hiking, whatever. This is a professional network. People want to see your face directly. And I think it's worth investing in a professional picture. Then you have your about there, introduction. Again, I will put in the about. I will use this prime real estate and say, yet again, your elevator pitch. Say, who are you? What are you looking for? And then people will continue scrolling down and get engaged more. As I mentioned, join groups. If you don't find a group, create a group, get references as well. So there are a lot of more teams. I'm doing this coaches one-to-one with people. If somebody's interested, I'm happy to follow up how to sharpen your LinkedIn to get more opportunities. Let me go to the next topics because I see the time is ticking. Global expansion. So we have this question when we're putting globals together, and I found this table that's very, very representative of potential ways how to expand internationally. And indeed, you can have from the less investment and less risky to the most investment and high risk. And you can start, of course, with an e-commerce where you can sell international, you can have distributors, you can license your solution, you can find a strategic partner, you can do a joint venture, greenfield, put in a new local there, or you can just acquire a running business. We decided actually, Club Globals, to start with a strategic partnering. So it's kind of the middle. It's not the low risk or the high risk, but it's in the middle to find a real person. We call it the Globals ambassador, that will find someone who will be in an international city that will be our main point of contact, somebody we can trust, that will organize the first event, invite the first partners, then inviting the network community to organize the first event, so we can do the matchmaking. So that was our way to expand international through partners. I know there are many ways. It depends on your business that will be the more suitable for you. As regard the Berlin expat community, I want to touch this because of the one I invested more than 15 years. Let me share some thoughts. So indeed, based on Boston Consulting Group in the Business Insider, they share what are the most attractive countries for world workers. The States is still one of them, and Germany is also a potential big one. So as regards cities, you see London, because I believe was mainly for the language, because of English, attracting a lot of international, then New York, Paris, Berlin was number 4. But let me tell me why actually Berlin is, in my point of view, what are the top 10 reasons why to pick Berlin? I mean, I've been seeing the startup ecosystem evolving so fast and potential, a lot of new companies popping up, investors. The amount of culture offer that you have around here is incredible. It's still an affordable city compared to others one for living. Still, although now it's more expensive than before, but it's still more affordable than London and Paris as regard apartments, going out for dinner. The public transportation is one of the best ones in the world. They work day and night, very punctual, and I think that's a good value to move around. You can get well with English very well, and even with Spanish, actually. There's so many Spanish as well. It's a very nice party hub as well, many clubs, many events going on. It's very diverse. People live and they live. That's what is summary, actually. They don't care much who are you, where you're from. They just live other people's lives. So it's very nice. The weather, of course, is okay. Better than, I will say, that better than London. We have some snow sometimes as well. So we have very market. Again, you can do a lot more things with your money, and they're very open for part-time jobs. So you can focus then to build your startup, your hobby, your family, etc. So they're very flexible there on working times. So as you can see, Berlin is attracting most of the capital in the region, and especially in like 2/3 actually for the money is going to the Berlin startups, and it's mainly in e-commerce, media, entertainment. So those are the main industries that is attracting. And here's one of the maps from Ernst & Young. You can see all the different startups popping up from all over. So that's something that you see. I saw a lot in the last 10 years by building a company. And the network ecosystem is very open and they're very supportive. But that's what you need as a founder. You need a network that supports you, to guide you, and to do recommendation to investors, to talent, etc. So that's because of the things I mentioned is attracting Berlin. I believe most of the talent around the world, especially in the age between 18 and 45, 184,000 people new to Berlin in 2019. And I think this number is growing. Of course, with Corona was a stop. And I have to admit that with Corona was a challenge actually, because you have so many potential things for networking, event, fun, entertainment, and then you have to be locked in your apartment. Actually, I will rather be watching, you could be watching actually the seaside, maybe another city, or in the countryside. So I think Corona hit a little Berlin, but we're very optimistic that it's going to change a lot, especially now with vaccine and more tests. So yeah, Berlin used to be like poor but sexy. Now is very high GDP and it's growing. Those are the things that are attracting a lot of more internationals and business around. So in summary, Berlin is a good quality of life, a diverse English-speaking population, plus a relatively affordable cost of life makes Berlin one of the top options for expats in Europe. So allow me to put just to the end 2 minutes video about Berlin. I hope you can see it. All right, let's try this.
Berlin wird leben und die Mauer wird fallen. Ich bin ein Berliner.
Berlin is the startup capital of Europe. We have a bubbling startup scene. We have all the major industrial companies here. All European cultures meet here, which makes it very easy to live here. I thoroughly enjoyed my first 6 months in Berlin. I can only recommend the city to everyone else in Europe.
We've built this location in 2004 on Hackschen Markt to unite our various interests and energies in both marketing and design and global corporate affairs. So there are more than 600 employees working here now. And of course, we're interested in tapping the creative forces at the center of Berlin.
All right. So that's all right. That's all then for now. Right. Yeah, techno is very strong as well.
I don't know about the guys who attend us, but I really enjoyed the presentation all the way, every single word. Thank you so much for I really enjoyed the presentation, every single word. I mean, many things I want to do right now. Many things I like charity. I think we met via Xing, right? We were so very close to international people because they were born in Berlin, right? They were born in Germany, International, right? International is a German company, right?
Indeed, yeah, it's a company from Munich, and they started 2008. And we were from them, yeah, supporting them.
Xing also, they started in Germany, right?
the guys, yeah, Majestic is one of the founders, David, and then there was a third one as well, and then they dropped off, but they're still around. Yeah, now they got acquired by Sing.
Yeah, that's why that was the way we were connected. Number two, many people think that they know everything about networking. You know, I don't need to learn networking. Come on, that's so natural. I'm just a human being. I know how to talk. I'm educated. I went to school. Hello, and they don't. They really need to be taught. They need to be trained. And for you guys who don't know, I created a term called Chief Networking Officer, CNO. A couple of months ago, that was the way that I attracted the attention of Mario. And a couple of months ago, Mario invited me to participate in one of his lives. And so one of the things also, Mario, is about reciprocity, okay? I have to give it back. So that's why I invited Mario to be here sharing his knowledge with you guys. And Mario, I have a couple of gifts to you. Number one, do you know Lothar Katz? No, I introduced him to you. Actually, I have already shared this information to you on your WhatsApp. He wrote a very nice book. I put to everyone here. That's a lead for everyone. Lothar Katz is a specialist about negotiation in multicultural environments. So he wrote a book, Negotiation International Business. So you have to buy this book. But there's a big, big book. I have it here with me, the edition of 2006. Lothar sent it to me. 2006, Mario, you were not even born by that time, but I was. See, I have to tell me the secret to how you keep your hair and what kind of color you put in your hair. So how do you do your hair? Because I sorry, not possible for me anymore. And then another thing that I want to tell you guys, as you can see, Mario and I, we always smile. We always have a big laugh. That's why you connect so well. And that's it. We have many people that I have been talking to. And no, for example, MBA guys. I organized an event for 600 MBAs, 650 MBAs I collected, those who had pursued their MBA programs in Europe. And I organized 80 events in 2019. See, I lost much of my hair by doing that. And then I realized that some of those guys, they didn't care at all. They have their degrees, they come to events, they are with the back at the wall, and but they don't want to talk. I introduced the guy to 3-4 people. Some of them were even unemployed. They don't care at all. Or you have knowledge, but you don't have social knowledge. You cannot connect. You come here. They offer you gold mine of people, and you don't see it. You don't understand it. This is really crazy. I know that I have faced it so many times, this kind of situation, right? And then I realized that some of them, I really smile all the time. We have a big laugh all the time. Then I said, what? Less is more. I will talk more to these guys who really smile to me all the time, and less with the other ones. So that's also about the funnel, a narrow thing. You have to narrow down to the guys you really connect with. So some of the points I'd like to bring to complement many of the very good insights that Mario brought to all of us. So guys, open to questions and answers. If you don't have any, I have a list of more than 10. So, but anyway, I'm here to host the show, not to really play the show. And then I'd like to invite you. I know that we have Brazilians in this presentation. So Marina, thank you so much. André, Alexander, many other guys. So please say hello and ask some questions to Mario. That's the very important moment for all of you guys. Oh, André. Thank you so much, André. Oh, me? André, that's just really not expected, but I'll tell you later, very soon, because we need to do the tech thing, which is if you prepare your card, and then by the end of this event, after the questions and answers, I will exchange my card. I'm in Rio, Mario is in Berlin. By the way, we have I have to apologize because we use one platform called Expo. This Expo is for the application, the app development, and we don't have today resources to really export all the development outside Expo, and so then we need to comply with the Expo rules, which means today I can only play tech with someone who has his or mobile in Portuguese language. You have to set up to Portuguese, then tech will work. If that's your case, for all Brazilians who are here, then it would be a great pleasure to show a list of guys, and some of them I know are in Germany and France and so on. Then it'd be great. So then we can prepare as many cards as you want, and then you can exchange a specific card with the audience. So a live like this, instead of then we are offering a content, we are offering direct access to an expert, and then we are offering also, despite of the distance and the pandemic thing, we are offering network. We are connecting you to someone. And Mario, I said that I have a gift for you. I have a couple of them. Number one, I have one guy in Brazil. He has a very big mine of water plant. This has been working for more than 8 years. This guy wants to sell this water plant. And he has another land next to this water plant. So then somebody can buy the whole package. The plant plus the water area, and they have already made the diagnosis of that area, and there is a very, very good water fountain there, so they can be exploited, and you can multiply by many times. And this guy, he wants to get out of this business, and for this reason, it's on sale. So if you may happen to know, if anybody may happen to know, that's what business networking is all about, right? So I give you a lead, and you give me another lead back, so we can match make, and then we can make a business together. So that's what we do. But answering Andrea thing is, yes, we are looking for potential investors, and we'd like to relocate. I have taken my MBA in Europe. I have lived there for 4 years of my life, and I see myself back in Europe at some point in time. So if you have, I can have a development team in Brazil, which would be much cheaper, but then I could set up the business headquarters in Europe for business. So then we have development. Berlin. And Berlin now, I have lived in Germany for 15 months of my life, and I really loved every single day in Germany. The only thing that I didn't like is because until today, I don't speak German properly, and so it was not so much enjoyable. But who knows? Next time, I will do it. I will learn my German. I learned my Japanese, so I can learn German as well.
You're fine. We're fine with English.
It'd be really nice to do that. So, Andrea, I hope I have answered your question. And if you have good ideas, please contact me in private. Okay. Anybody else with insight? I'd like to hear Marina. I'd like to hear Alexander, if you happen to be there by now. I have spoken a lot, huh? Okay. Are you a developer? If you happen to be a developer, it'd be great, even better.
Very German name as well.
Okay. Andrea, by the way, if you're not the developer, but you can have access to investors, local investors. Good, very good. And so, Mario, my question to you, another question, is about the multicultural thing. You came from Argentina, then you decided to go to Germany. You were based there. You set up your family there. Have been there for how many years now?
Okay, talking about the family, she enters now the room. Yeah, I know.
Again,
It's my family.
show us.
Yeah.
Show the baby. We love the baby. Oh, that's Marina, huh?
It's a sleeping time, yeah. So she's coming up. So I did a double degree here in Germany, 2002. So almost 20 years ago. And I've been doing business since 2007. So 13 years already in Berlin. I went through the corporate world, from startups, from personal consulting as well. So I was touching the different areas of business, but mainly in digital and tech, I have to admit. In the industry that I focus more is mainly digital business and technology. If you ask me about other areas, I don't know, pharma, oil and gas, manufacturing that is strong here, I might know it on the innovation side, but not directly. Yeah.
Marina made a comment here that she's waiting for her German passport citizenship so she can relocate. Marina, are you there in Germany by now, or you're still in Brazil, just waiting for the papers? And if you happen to, by the time you happen to relocate to Germany, are you looking for a place in Berlin, for example, or do you have plans for any other city?
Good question.
Good question.
Yeah.
If you are in Berlin, you know the owner of Berlin right now, it'd be much easier for you to navigate. But I was based next to Frankfurt. I was based in Frankfurt area.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, so Frankfurt is more than the financial centrum, although now Berlin became the fintech, financial technology center. Most of the companies have their innovation or startup hubs, accelerators, incubators based in Berlin. So that's how they differentiate.
How long did it take for you to master German so that you could feel comfortable?
Still working on it. But the thing I studied English here in Germany. I also was working in English. My company is mainly international English. The only way I was mainly talking with my parents-in-law that were speaking German or Russian. So I had to speak German with them. So, and then after living 13 years in the city, you need to speak the language. It's enough. You get more things done, especially with when you go to bureaucracy or small things. So indeed, I want to welcome everybody who is coming to Berlin to send me a message. I'm happy to give you some tips. I have some summary recommendations for social or for business. So happy to support the entry.
So Marina is now considering Berlin after your presentation. So that's something, huh? Thank you, Marina. Thank you. Always lovely.
Yeah.
And so, guys, let's go for the tech exchange.
Do it.
I asked you guys if you happen to be Brazilians, and we had Katia here participating as well. Katia is Brazilian, based in Rio. And if you can, it's very simple. You open your tech, and then you tac. Okay, you open it and you choose your card. Okay, thank you so much, Mario. I have many cards that I had created. Okay, many cards. I can put your keywords, but then just a second. It's connected here by whatever reason. I have to check in again. Sorry, my apologies. Okay.
Very good. Yeah, I got some contacts already. Very well.
You have so show people, show those who are live with you. Show the list, please. I had to.
So I got my card here, and then I press here the connections.
Please there at the top for the icon of a mobile connections, and then see the list. Show the list if there is a list of people who are. Click there. Click there. Yeah, please. Oh, we have a list. How many people? Who are?
We have Katerina, Ricardo, and I already pressed and accept the connections.
Wonderful. So click on the same icon again, and then you can accept the show when you send, and show please when you accept, because yes, you see, you're not invasive. We ask permission, and you can deny and you can accept the card. Okay.
Very nice. We're connected now.
In my case, my mobile decided to. No, I don't know. Technology is really fun. They work whenever they want, and I have to reboot my mobile to make it work. I'm glad that it's working for you guys.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, getting more connections. Good, happy to connect them.
I know that Caterina is in Rio, and I know that Ricardo is nearby here as well, which means it works for you, and you got 2 connections. Can you please click on contacts, and then you see the list of those 2 contacts, right? Click on, yeah, you have the list. Click on the one with a picture, which is Ricardo. Yeah, show us a little bit his profile, a little bit closer. Yeah. You are now off. You're mute. You're mute.
And let me hide the telephone and the email.
He's a billionaire. He's a billionaire. That's why you are doing that. Okay. He's keeping your privacy. Oh, yeah. Anyway. If you click on the email thing, you can send an email to him directly. If you click on the mobile thing, you can WhatsApp him directly. If he exchange any field there, you can you can have your data updated. You don't need to, oh, is this data updated or not? So that'd be very easy for you to keep it in contact. So the next step for TAC is synchronizing with the CRMs. The first one will be HubSpot. It's in the pipeline, and then others will come, and other social networks and other platforms will come. So we want to become a hub, to be the contact manager, so that you send all your contacts to TAC, and then you synchronize for the platform that you want to work with. That's the whole idea. So, and before you go to events, you can even send a TAC in advance, or you can even during the event you say, "Hey, let's TAC," as though you don't have it to be concerned about carrying your paper card, business card anymore. And then you know that the information there you'll be really updated all the time. So basically, that's the whole idea. Thank you, Vitor. Yeah, another event. By the way, Vitor, you'll be our speaker on. We have events in Portuguese every Tuesday by 7 p.m. real time. You'll be a little bit late for you guys who are based in Europe. For Brazilians, is very possible. And he'll be talking about digital transformation in the industry. He's a very expert in oil and gas business, and also in consulting. So thank you so much, Vitor, for the participation. We are looking forward to hearing from you in a couple of weeks. Mario, I guess that's it. Thank you so much. Once again, my apologies for the last time we had that issue, but it's solved. Today was perfect. And for everyone, it's recorded. It was a wonderful presentation. I hope to see you again in the next ones. Okay. Thank you, guys. Good evening for the afternoon in Brazil. Bye-bye.
Bye.